Okay, guys. In this question, we have to find pairs of A and B such that the lowest common multiple for A and B is 72. Now, to solve this question, we need to see the same method that we saw in the last video, which talks about how do you find the common multiples, right? So for 72, if you do the prime factorization, this is basically 8 into 9, which is 2 to the power 3 into 3 to the power 2. Okay, so this is what you have got. So you need to make sure that the pair A comma B has to have these numbers to get to this LCM. The first thing that you need to see here is if you have 72 as a number itself, either A or B, then whatever number you put here, it'll have to be 72 or more for the lowest common multiple. And if you take the factors, okay, if you take the factors which are contained by 72, then what you will have is 72 as the common multiple. Okay, so here you have 2 into 3 into 3, let's say into 1. Okay, and then what you can do is you can pick and choose how many of which you will take. So 72 comma 1, you will have the LCM as 72. 72 comma 2, you will still have the same. 72 comma 3, still have the same. 72 comma, let's say 2 into 3, that is 6, you will still have the same LCM. And you can do it till you have 72 comma 72, and you will realize that you got 12 numbers of item here. If you don't understand where this 12 comes from looking at this number, then just wait till we study permutation and combination. Else you can keep doing this as well. You can take and pick and choose multiples from here, and you will be able to find the 12 numbers from here. Okay. Other than that, is there a way in which I can force that the lowest common multiples goes to 72? So yes, it can. So if I take these two numbers, that is 2 to the power 3, that is 8 and 9. Okay, so this is 2 to the power 3 and this is 3 to the power 2. What I can have here is to have a low common multiple. I'll either need to multiply this by 3 to the power 2 or multiply this by 2 to the power 3. What that gives me is I will have to have both of these numbers will result into 72. So 8 comma 9 is another such pair. But other than these multiples, what I can have is if I multiply this by 3, I will have it as 24. Okay. So to reach to the lowest common multiple, now I have to either multiply this by 3 to the power 2, 3 to only 3, so that I have 3 to the power 2 common, or I have to multiply this by 2 to the power 3, which again results into 72. So 24 comma 9 is a pair like that. Similarly, if I multiply this side by, let's say, a 2, so I have 8 comma 18, and similarly I have 9 comma, and I can't multiply it by 3 to the power 2 because that is basically 72 comma 9, which would be considered a set of these, right? So when you check for the possible combinations, you only have so many. You will see that total number of cases will be 6. So including both of these scenarios, you have 18 such possible scenarios. Now you just have to make sure that you don't count 2 comma 72 and 72 comma 2 separately, and that is something you will clearly get from the options itself. The reason is if I ask how many pairs of A comma B is possible, then A and B are interchangeable location. Okay, so looking at the option, the answer would either be 18 or the twice of it, 32. But in that case, you will have to reduce this one where you have both of them equal, 72 comma 72. So the answer will be 32 minus 1. But for the sake of convenience, let's just consider that A comma B is same as B comma A for now. In that case, we have only 18 options. Okay, firstly 12 of these, 72 comma 1, 72 comma 2, 3, 6, let's say 8, and then we will have 9, then we will have 12, and so on till 72 comma 72. And then we have combinations which will make from multiplying numbers to 8 and 9 by exchanging these factors. Okay, the conclusion is basically you need to make sure that the lowest common multiple is achieved only when you have 2 to the power 3 times 3 to the power 2. Okay, in case of any doubts, do comment below. This question is a little bit tricky, might not be a very easy one. So if such scenario comes and the number here is much larger and you don't have the time, then you can decide to lose a little bit, because here you have a very good chance that you might miscalculate a little bit. Okay, here you will end up with 8 scenarios, or let's say 7 scenarios if you consider 72,72 again. Okay, so just make sure that you don't do any repeated calculation. The total solution for this is 18. Take a time, do it yourself. I have just given you the hint of these numbers. Try to see why there will be no less than 18 or no more than 18 such pairs.